Testing. Check, check, check. Hello, my fellow gamers. Welcome to the World of Warcraft on Sandrock Custom Gaming. It's time to make some money. I've started us off here on the auction house. Just wanted to show you real quick my daily routine. Thought that that might be a decent way for us to get the day started, and then we'll kind of go on to making some gold. Alright, so first thing I like to do is a cancel scan. I have waited about 24 hours between postings, though. I don't expect to actually catch a lot of things in my cancel scan, so I'm just going to be skipping that for today. I am using the Trade Skill Master add-on, which allows me to optimally get gold and do it in a very efficient manner without having to worry too much about it. I've got 175 mail here, 1,000 gold to start with. I expect to open up quite a bit more here in a minute, but let's see what we've got. Hope everyone's enjoying their Friday morning. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and reload the UI so that we can check some more of the mail before we go any further. Alright, opening up the next batch. Looks like it's just stock coming in right now. Mostly transmog gear. Let's just go ahead and fill our bags up. And another batch of mail. Oh, got some money in this one. I'll wait till it loads completely to see how much we got. Not a ton. Gold tends to kind of congregate towards the bottom, meaning that you have to open everything before you see how much money you made. So, yeah. We'll have to post this before we see how much money we've got so far. So already we've made about 2,000 gold on the auction house today, which is not a lot, but it's a decent enough start, I suppose. So we're going to go ahead and use a post scan. This is going to allow us to basically let TSM do all the work. And this goes through, and based on parameters I've assigned to it, it's going to see if there's a valid auction entry it can make. I do have it currently set to at least post for a minimum amount, so the only time it shouldn't post is if I've already got items on the auction house. So while that's loading, I'll just go ahead and show you what some of these operations are. You can see here it says operation, and it's got kind of this gobbledygook here. if we go to the operations tab of Tradeskill Master and go to operations, these are all the operations that I've set up here. This is based on Shayra's work. Shayra's Pastebin is something you can Google if you want to find these. Let's kind of go with one of these just to show you. Now, these all look the same, but the last parts of them are a little different. So some of these are 12 hours, some of these are 24 hours, and then the quantity is also what's changing here. These are set up in general for some kind of variable duration, and it's got a variable post cap as well and stack size. But the thing that's always the same is that it's 105% minimum, 150% normal, 200% maximum. Now, what does that mean? Basically, TSM congregates all the data that it can find about the auction house, and it determines the average value for the items, and then based on that, we define a minimum, a maximum, and a normal price. We do have a custom price source set up. Shay Max is this. It's quite long and extensive. Basically what this equation is doing is it's finding 200% of basically the best price it can find based on how much it costs to craft, how much it costs to buy, as well as the market value and historical trends. It's a pretty long, complicated formula. The minimum is doing the same thing, but it's doing it for 105%, and the normal is 150%. So we've gone ahead and finished our scan. So now we just use our macro to post all this. Basically, I'm just holding down the control button as well as rolling the scroll wheel, and so it'll go through and set up these auctions for us automatically. We've got 130 getting posted from our bag, and as soon as that bar reaches the right hand side, it will post. Okay, so all of these is posted. There's one of these that's actually kind of tripping TSM up right now. Light Illusion Dust doesn't allow you to post less than 3 stacks for some reason. Not quite sure why, but we just have to manually stop it. And then it shows you the value of your total auctions. Right now we're sitting at about 700,000 worth of stock on the auction house. So let's go back to our mailbox and get the next batch of stuff. We'll probably be able to get everything here. So unfortunately, we didn't open any money. That's honestly pretty unusual. If I show you my accounting player gold, you can see that typically every time I open the mailbox, I get a certain amount of money, usually about 100,000 to 150,000. So pretty unusual that we're not seeing any movement in our stock today. So I think I am going to go ahead and do that cancel scan after all, because it's possible that we're getting massively undercut by goblins that are just extremely active right now. So before we post our stock, I'm going to go ahead and do a cancel scan. Now, one thing I'm not sure about is whether or not we've got the API is up. So let me take a look here and I'll see if I can show you guys. Okay. So if I switch over to screen capture, you can see that right now WoW's API is down and has been for 3 days. This is causing a lot of problems with Tradeskill Master. Basically, we haven't been able to update the correct prices for items in 3 days on US servers. So that's causing a lot of issues in terms of, you know, what's the actual going rate of items right now. Typically what I like to do is go to the Undermine journal, look at the current value of things versus their average value and kind of base things on that. But as you can see, these haven't been updated in 3 days. So we're going to have to be extremely careful as we go through and get things today, especially when it comes to crafting. So basically at this point, what the cancel scan is doing is it's looking for items that have been undercut. You can see it says you've been undercut. It's also looking for items that I've undercut. So canceling auction which you've undercut, meaning that I posted another item at a cheaper price. So it's basically making sure that we've got everything at the price point that we want. So I'm just using the same macro to cancel all of these, control plus scroll wheel. Let's take a look at groups while this is going. Shayra did a really good job of creating some pretty comprehensive groups. Again, that's Shayra's Pastebin is where you can go to get this if you want to add this to your TSM repertoire. Basically broke items down by their profession, whether or not they're bind on equip, whether or not they're transmog, TCG items, which are extremely rare and very valuable, as well as old world content and things like that. We'll just pick something in alchemy here to start with, Legion Alchemy. This basically will allow you to set operations, whether it's for auctioning, crafting, or mailing based on category. It looks like there's actually no operations set up for alchemy, which is very interesting. I was seeing if there was any kind of operation above that. Doesn't look like there is. I would guess that a lot of these items are somewhere else. Interesting. Okay, well, let's go ahead and set an operation for Legion Alchemy. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this override module operations, meaning that it's overriding the group above it. And we're going to set this to, oh, I think I'm going to set it to one of my, yeah, I think I'm going to set it to one of my other groups here. I've got this market value mass quantity. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. It's a duration of 24 hours, post cap of 15 stacks, allows partial stacks, stack size of 20. Bid percent is 94% because that's more visible on the auction house. And we've got kind of our normal things set up here for the minimum, maximum, and normal price. So if we go back to group, click on Legion Alchemy, this is now the operation for all Legion potions. Let's go ahead and finish canceling this. And we'll probably just go ahead and post this group of stuff, even though we don't have a full bag. I just want to make sure that I can get everything I can in my next trip. So what we'll be doing after this is kind of the beginning of my routine each day, is that I check the auction house, make sure that everything is current in terms of posting times, that I've collected all the money that I may have sold things overnight for. After this, what we'll be doing is hopping over to our main, and we'll be using TSM to, excuse me, TSM to pick some items to craft based on whether or not they're a good price. Now, the one issue I can see with that is that because the prices haven't updated in a few days, we may run into an issue in terms of TSM choosing the correct amount, or rather choosing items that are profitable. So we'll have to kind of pay special attention to that. Okay, great. So we should be able to get everything in this one go here. So just got this last trip to post our items, and then we'll hop over to our jewel crafter, and we'll see if we can make some stuff there. I do have 2 of the Panther mounts crafted at this point, the Sunstone Panther and Jade Panther. I haven't farmed up reputation to get all of the recipes yet. That's actually something I'll probably do here because it takes about 10 minutes a day, so it's well worth putting in some time to get that done. So this does allow you to partially post things while it's still scanning. Slows the scan down a little bit, so I try not to do it more than twice in one sitting, but it is something that you can do if you want. Okay. Now yesterday when I posted, I had a total value of just under $1 million. So I must have looted about 100,000 yesterday before I logged off. So let's go ahead and switch over to our jewel crafter, and let's see if we can figure out some things to craft today. And it occurs to me that I haven't turned on my overlays, so bear with me just a moment while I get that turned on. I'm just going to test that real quick. Yep, looks like it's working. Good deal. I have noticed an increase in loading times since the 7.3.5 patch. It's quite strange, actually. I'm not sure if it has to like repopulate the cache or something like that, but it's been like minutes at a time, but I've been waiting to get in, whereas before I could get in about 30 seconds. First things first, I'm going to check to see if Nomi has any more recipes for me. Probably not, because Nomi burns everything. Yep. Sure. Shoot, I'm like 1 under what I need for prepared ingredients. That kind of sucks.
You need something?
Where's the burned food? Sell that off. Oh, I didn't realize I was so low on gold on this character. I'll have to fix that.
Have a good one.
Alright. So we're going to open up our jewel crafting. Now, normally what I do is I go to TSM groups and I restock the selected groups, and it kind of populates a list of things for me to craft. But this is based on data that's 3 days old. So I'm going to be pretty cautious about this because it's not going to have up-to-date information. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate cooking altogether. It just doesn't... It's such a finicky market, I guess is the best way I can describe it. It's very touchy. So I'm just going to eliminate cooking completely. So I'm going to scroll down to the Legion cooking group. Gonna unselect that. I'm also gonna unselect alchemy because I'm still leveling that profession, so that's not really a good one to use. So we'll stick with jewel crafting and enchanting. So I'm gonna clear this, restock, and we still got about 15,000 in profit right there. We'll go ahead and craft the quick lights fiend because these things always sell. In fact, how many sell a day? It looks like about 40 a day, so I'm going to craft a few more of those. Quick lights fiend, let's craft like 10. Guess that'll be a total of 11. But I'm just going to go ahead and stock up on those because I know that haste gems always sell because all spellcasters tend to prefer haste over crit. The loops are generally not that profitable, so I'm going to skip those. I would like to craft this Dawnlight Medallion because those things tend to be pretty stable in price. Saber's Eyes. I think I'm going to hold off on that because the problem with the Saber's Eyes is that without accurate information, whether or not you craft the actual Saber's Eye that is the ingredient or just buy it outright on the auction house can be the difference between you making several thousand gold or losing several thousand gold. So I'm just going to pass on that one. Masterful Argolite, I don't think that's really that profitable. About 10% profit margin there. Yeah, we'll just stick with the Quick Lights Fiend for now. What do I need to make a crown? We might do some Imperium farming today because I'd like to get another crown on the auction house. These things take forever to sell, but when they sell, they make quite a bit of money. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Probably do a little bit of that today. Do I have... I think I just have the 2 mounts. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, just the Jade and Sunstone Panther. Okay, so I'm gonna back out. I think what I'll do is send this over to my auction alt and then check and see how much Pandemonite is. Because what's the crafting cost of this? Yeah, it looks like the bulk of the cost is in this Pandemonite, and currently it's a profit of about 12,000. So actually, this is pretty much going to be a profit no matter how much I pay for Pandemonite. So let's just go ahead and do that. Whoops. Did not mean to exit the game. Sorry about that, guys. Give me a second and we'll get right back in. Shouldn't take too long to boot back up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, hop over to the bank alt. So let's search for Pandemonite and see how much it's selling for currently. It's a little overpriced. It's about 41% over. So it's not as profitable as it could be, but I'm going to go ahead and buy one. Cuts into our profits a little bit, but that's still about 10,000 gold in profit that we'll be making, so that's well worth it. Go ahead and open this up. Send the Pandemonite back to the Jewel Crafter. I'm also going to send over, I should have done this in the same one, I'm going to send over like 1,000 gold, just so I don't have to worry about running out of material for mats or anything like that. open this up, and then we'll craft our Righteous Dawnlight medallion. It's gotta load before it does anything else. There we go. Boom, just like that. Send that back to Lairn. Done. Alright, so now I'm going to check in with my army and see if I've made any gold with that overnight. This is my main, so I've actually got my army fairly high in level. Not maxed out just yet, but that's mostly because I took a break for about a year, so I'm still playing catch up on that. So I think what we'll do once we're done with our crafting is we'll go to Argus and we'll do some Imperium farming. Do a little bit of server hop to kind of make it more efficient. I think that's going to be our best bet. What I'd like to do is have one of each crown on the auction house. So if we can do that, I'll be pretty happy. Okay, that's right. I was just clearing out these Defiled Augment Road quests because there were quite a few of them in my list. Okay, and I got some artifact power. Do I have any gold missions? Yes, I do. Let's go ahead and set this up.
Let me at him!
Nature seeks balance in all.
Yeah, that's good enough. It's about 1,500 gold right there. So then the rest of these are pretty well equally undesirable. No Blood of Sargeras. No other gold ones. No armor. I think I'll just pick this one.
My vigil is eternal.
Let's do it!
And we'll throw in Keeper of the Grove. Pick another one of these. These are reputation, right? Yeah. Guess I'll just take the Primal Sargerite, if possible.
For Elune.
Okay, get another one. It's not gonna work. This guy. Ridge Stalker, and sure, we'll use Brawl to get up to 200%.
Nature's rage!
How can I help?
What do I have that's not on a mission? Nope, that's everybody. Okay. These guys are full. I do need some more Ridge Stalkers, so we might do that when we're on Argus. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to my Tailor / Enchanter. And we'll see if we can find some decent items to craft there. Okay, so looking at the enchanting tab, alright, so these two things are a pretty safe bet. Mark of a Trained Soldier and Enchanted Pen, those always sell. I have the materials for everything else, so we may as well do it. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and take care of all these. So what I like to do once I've got this list finalized is I hit the gather button, start gathering, and it basically populates a list of things I need to buy and where to buy them. So because I am in a guild that has a pretty well-stocked crafting station, it's telling me to get them from my guild vault. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do instead is buy 35 Arcana and 20 Chaos Crystals off the auction house. So we'll go ahead and do that on our bank alt. And the thing I really like about this gather feature is that it's persistent between characters. So even though I've logged off of Dracia, my tailor / enchanter, that list will still be there whenever I go to whenever I get to the bank alt. So see, there it is. I'm just kind of waiting for us. Go ahead and grab that Dawnlight medallion. So we need 35 Arcana and 20 Chaos Crystals. I'm just going to go ahead and hit buy items. It'll kind of go down the list, starting with Chaos Crystals. That's not really a great deal, and I don't want that many, so I'm just going to go ahead and buy this stack here. It's a little bit overpayment, but whatever. It's not that bad. Then Arcana, we need 35. Okay. So we'll buy these 5. This makes 25. And then if we get, oops, both of these, that makes 35. And we'll just send that over to the crafter. Apparently I got more Arcana than I wanted. Oh well. It's cheap and I'll use it for sure. Dracia, send. So gather all of the things that we need, and now all we need is Enchanting Vellum. And the nice thing about the gathering module is that I can click on the vendor, click on buy vendor items, and I'm done. Buys exactly what I need. So now we can just open up our enchanting window and just hit craft next until we're done. It's going to be a profit of about 2,700. So we'll go ahead and send these to the bank alt. We'll post this and we'll go from there. Sorry, my phone's ringing. Okay, so we've got all of our crafting done. So now we just need to post everything. And after that, we can start farming up some Imperium. Hey, it's Aletheus. Yes, sir, I did. Thanks for joining today. Okay. So it's about halfway done, so I'll just go ahead and post some of these. I need to figure out what to do with, where is it here? This light illusion dust. Now, with the new patch, Blizzard did consolidate a lot of old world enchanting materials into basically like one enchanting material per expansion. So light illusion dust for vanilla, something else for Burning Crusade and Wrath, etc., etc. So that is something that you have to contend with now. Okay, so we've got 1,042 gold coming in and just under 900,000 from our auctions coming in. Curious what we sold. Okay, we sold some imbued silkweave, so not bad. Not bad at all. Okie doke. So now we're gonna go to Argus and farm up some Imperium. I don't remember what the name of my server hop is. There was an add-on called Server Hop that you could use to kind of jump between servers so that you could repopulate all of the mining nodes. That is actually no longer compatible. So I'm currently using Realm Hop Assist. Let me make sure that that's actually working. Yes, it looks like it is. Yep. Alright. So we're gonna go to Dalaran, and from there we'll take the teleporter to Argus. So the best spot to mine Imperium is as soon as the map loads. I want to say it's Antoran Wastes. Yeah, it's this little V right here. Anywhere in here is the best place to farm, so let's go ahead and get ourselves over there.
Chronokai Crystal. Walk in the light.
Oh, okay. That's a new troop type. I didn't realize how many of those were in the Argus area, because that's 3 followers that are unique to Argus. Pretty interesting. Okay. So we're going to be going west.
Do you have something to report?
Sure.
Arcanon Force.
Why not? Getting caught in all kinds of terrain. Alright. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Loot Appraiser over here. And, oh look, an Imperium deposit. Every time we loot something, it'll tell us how much we've gotten total. And basically what we're going to be doing is running up and down this trench and killing these Felfang basilisks. That is the easiest way. Ooh. If I don't get stuck, that is the easiest way to make Imperium.
Get closer.
Because you can farm them for Imperium, and quite a bit of it, actually. Now, Imperium's interesting because of all the wars, it seems to be most immune to supply and demand. It's pretty rare to see a drop in price for it. It's very highly in demand. At least on my side. Okay, that's a cat, right? Yeah. And the other mobs are going to be the thing that slows you down the most over here. Let me know if the volume needs to be adjusted. If the game's too loud, I can certainly tone that down for you guys. Not a problem. Yep, looks like we've got some competition. Oh boy. Oh, this is bad. Please don't die. Please don't die. Jeez. Oh my god. Crap. Okay, let's try that again. Moving forward. There's not a whole lot we can do to stop these other people from farming, so we just kind of have to deal with it. Okay, nothing down here. Now you might be saying to yourself, you know, this is a pretty short little run here, and you're exactly right. We've actually reached the end, and that other guy beat us to the punch. But that's okay. I could steal those, but I'm not going to be a jerk. Because we've got Realm Hop Assist, which allows us to join. And now we're phased to a different server. So we get to start all over. These mobs are now fresh and brand new. We're sitting on the Dalaran server. I'm going to go... let's go right. Yeah, it looks like that's where the guy just came from. Oop. That's okay, though. So we've got this basilisk and this basilisk. Nice. We hit the respawn timer perfectly on this. That's very nice. Oh, this guy just reset for some reason. That's weird. And that guy just reset. Come on now. It is loud. I'll fix that right now. Dude, 20%. Let me know if that's any better. Alright, so that's 2 Felfang basilisks. So we're getting about, on average, about 100 gold per Felfang that we kill. Now, in terms of raw gold output, that's not bad. You know, you could certainly do worse. But what we're really looking for is to have enough Imperium to make 3 crowns. Let's go ahead and leave this group. We'll go back to Should take us back to Dalaran, but apparently not. Okay, so if we open up jewel crafting, the total amount of Imperium we need is about 200. So I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to queue this up. I already have one Cosmic Crown on the market. Yeah. I don't believe I have any of the others on there. No. So one of those, and one of these, and one of these. Okay, it looks like we'll need one more Chemarine, which, you know, we can either prospect for or just buy on the auction house altogether. Let's go ahead and join another group. Ah, crap, we're gonna miss that one. That's too bad. Maybe not. Yeah, it looks like it didn't phase us for some reason, but that's okay. Get this guy and then we'll hop to a different one. Okay, good. I'm glad the volume's fixed. Definitely didn't want to blow your guys' ears out. Okay, so we'll leave this group and we'll quick join another. Well, we found an RP group. Oh my god. Oh boy. That is literally the first time that's ever happened to me. I'm so glad I caught that on the stream. We'll get out of this as soon as we can. Avert your eyes. It's not safe. Don't stare directly at it. Okay. Yeah, good enough. It's GTFO. I've never seen that happen before. Okay. Quick join. So you can see already that in the less than 10 minutes we've been doing this, we've already made like 1,000 gold. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, exactly. Feels like a very inappropriate diva. Oh, mother of God. I can't believe that that happened when I was streaming. That's fantastic. Okay, 2 down.
It's locked.
Now what can happen every once in a while is you'll get some kills on the basilisks, and it will not allow you to mine them. That means that your team is nearby and they've got some loot rights that have not been used yet. Basically, the game's not going to allow you to mine it until they pick up their portion of the loot. It's pretty rare because they have to be like actually within distance of the kill in order for that to happen, but it happens every now and again. There's not a whole lot you can do about it other than to just, you know, leave the group and pick another one. Yeah, exactly. Ah, rolled a natural 1, did you? Well, time for an RP server. Oh god, oh god. Gotta heal up and not die. It's nice when you find the underpopulated servers. It makes things a whole lot easier in terms of farming. Okay. Leave this group. Quick hop to another. I'm gonna move this right over here. Alright, that didn't actually switch us to a different instance. Oh, that's a shame. We missed one. I'm so happy that I haven't replaced my exploding squirrel yet. I've had that trinket for like over a month now and have just never gotten a replacement for it. And yeah, I'd like some better gear, but come on. Exploding robot squirrels. Decent amount of people here, but they don't really seem to be farming, except for that guy.
Too far away.
Okay, moving on. Telling me there's some rare mob nearby, but it's not showing up here. I wonder if NPC scan is broken. The new patch broke a lot of my add-ons. Like a lot of them. which is not really Blizzard's fault. You know, that's something that the creators should have been on top of, because the game has been in the PTR for about a month now. So they had plenty of time to get their apps up and ready. Okay, looks like it's time to hop again. Oh, crap, crap, crap. Can I get it? Ah, damn it. Okay. Since that guy probably just came from over there, we're just gonna back off and go to a different realm. Well, he doesn't seem interested in that, so that's nice. I've just been passing through. Yeah, this is on the way to the raid, so you do get a lot of foot traffic in this area, unfortunately. Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, I'm definitely going to be getting on leveling my Gathering alt now. I've got her to about level 65. And with the new changes to leveling, it's never been a better time to level an alt. In fact, I would say the last time it was as attractive to level an alt was when they introduced heirlooms all the way back in Wrath of the Lich King. Fine. Filthy horde. This guy probably doesn't know that you can, in fact, steal mining from other players. The one thing you can't do is get loot from players of a different faction. But you are able to mine them once the other players gotten that loot. Alright, let's go ahead and leave the group. Let's see if we can get back on Hyjal. No, looks like it's keeping me here. Okay. Quick join. Okay. Yeah, I hear you on the time, Aletheus. It's still quite an investment, even with all the improvements they've made. I'm just happy that I don't have to do the frickin' Burning Crusade ever again. I hate Burning Crusade quests. They're so bad. And I found that most people that enjoy them only enjoy them because of the nostalgia. But if you ask them like what their favorite quest line is from Burning Crusade, they really can't tell you. There's just not a whole lot there that's memorable. Back to the other branch. Hop again. Now, Realm Hop Assist does create a blacklist of all the realms you've been to, so it will try to find realms that you haven't already been to, but after 15 minutes it resets that blacklist. Yeah, Nagrand isn't too bad. I kind of like Terakar just because it's really different, but it's not really fun to quest through. Take a look here. Okay, so we've got 185 Imperium. What are we missing here? Gem chips. Yeah, that's right. So what I'll probably do is we'll try to get up to like 300, and then I'll prospect 200 of it just to see if I can get lucky and get that chip, or the is it Argolite that I need or something like that. But I mean, even in just like raw materials, we've gotten 4,000 in the past 25 minutes. So this is a profitable thing that you can do all on your own. One of these days I'm gonna just like pick a day and just farm Imperium and ore and just do that all day. See if I can make some cash doing that. But I tend to get bored, so I've yet to find the willpower or time to actually do that.
I need to get closer.
No, NPC scan's working now. It's been a bug. Oh my. That's a lot of dudes. We're actually going to use some defensive spells for this. Did not know I was going to be getting that many. Let's go ahead and pop our defensive cooldowns as well. Just to make sure that we don't die. Yeah, there we go. Crisis averted. Okay, there's one more over here. Come on. Oh, that's weird. I got phased out. Okay, well, it works for me. Let's hop. Just 50 more. Then we can make the crowns and list them on the auction house.
It's too far away.
Question is, do we go down here? And I think the answer is yes. Looks like the basilisks haven't really been touched here. So we'll take the risk that this is a dead end. server has been extremely productive in terms of Imperium output. Quite happy. You know what? Close enough. Close enough. Let's go ahead and hearth back, and then we'll convert this into money. So we earned about 7,000 gold worth in half an hour just mining that, which is not half bad, but we can definitely boost its price even more. Now, you may have noticed I have this toy down here called the Chatterstone. There's actually a hidden effect with this where if you activate it, it says gem activated, deactivated, activated. A lot of people were like, what the heck does this thing do? What it does is slightly boost your chances to prospect rare gems whenever you use jewel crafting prospecting. So pretty cool. Let's go ahead and we'll just use the mass prospect. I'll just go ahead and leave the party. And we're just gonna do 5. Okay, we didn't get any rare gems, which is unfortunate. But let's go ahead and craft these crowns. Saying gem chips, of course. Okay. We can mass prospect a little more, but I don't think we're going to be getting everything we need. So I'm going to buy gem chips and Camarine I need from my banking alt. Okay, so same thing as before, just going to click buy items. Camarine's a decent price right now. But of course, that is a bugged auction, which happens every now and again. Not a ton you can do about it, so we'll just go down to the next one and buy that. Alright, then 35 gem chips. These things are usually dirt cheap, so I'm not too concerned. May as well just buy as many of these as we can afford. Get it while the getting's good. Let's get rid of this limiter. We'll just buy everything that's at a discount. Okay. Okay, then we will send these to our jewel crafter. now we can finish crafting the rest of these gems. Or crowns. Crowns is what I meant to say. Alright. Some groups. Male selected group. Oh, and we got Blood Hunter's Quarry, which is free Blood of Sargeras. Always nice. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and post this stuff to the auction house, and that's going to wrap it up for me today. We'll do kind of a final tally to see how much value we've gained from our farming run. Oops. Okay. Hey, look at that. Okay, so we started at just under 800,000 total value of all of our auctions this morning, and that was just from reposting everything that had expired overnight. With our farming and crafting, we have increased our value by 150,000 gold in about an hour and a half. Not half bad, guys. Not half bad at all. I want to thank you guys so much for watching today. I will be hosting some other channels on here. If you want to stick around, you can feel free to watch their content. I'll also try to stream some more this weekend, maybe do some more gold farming, or maybe just play some chill games. It's been a stressful week for me, so I could use some unwinding. But thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time.